Hi, fire signs. I'm here with your June 2019 general outlook. Again, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and toss the rest. You may want to also check your moon and rising signs, Venus, and other parts of your natal chart. I think I mentioned it in the air signs video that I just recorded recently that you can get all that information, extensive information for free. And I think it's Cafe Astrology. You can just do a Google search for natal chart and it should come right up right away. So I think for fire signs, we're gonna have a pretty interesting reading too, because I was drawn to so many decks. I kind of just threw them out here, and there's at least one that I've never used on a video. I used it on my page quite a bit, but we'll see if it wants to come out. But I wanted to be on the table at least. So, as well as this Malachite Pyramid. So we'll see if some things about heart healing come out. This is associated with heart chakra, but it's just a beautiful stone. But it's wanted to be around me a lot lately. So with that being said, we'll just set that right there. We'll get started. I'm going to use the Star Tarot by Kathy McClellan. And we're just going to see. Through. Okay, there we go. Right. Wow, that's a pretty good card. Wow. Wow, you guys. This is amazing right now. Okay, let's just see what we got going on. Okay, so the first card that came out, which is one of my favorite cards in the deck, depending on what else it's with, but to me it's usually never a bad card, is the Chariot. So that's a major arcana, as many of you know. It is about motion forward, progress, movement, quick movement. Sometimes I could even see it coming. I don't see any other real cards, but I just get the sense, for me, this card is like even within a week, you might see progress. And we have we have 4 wands in this spread, so which I'll get to here soon. But I think with the wands energy and the Chariot, I think something's going to happen quickly. So the impediment, though, is the 3 of Wands, but I think maybe that's just that it's just not quite time yet. The ideas are there, the desire is there for whatever the situation is for you on the part or on the part of another person maybe they're waiting on. But it's just not quite time to go forward. But I feel like with that momentum there, it's like it's almost there. There's been slow and steady progress in the last couple of weeks in this situation because you have the King of Pentacles. The Pentacles again, our tangible physical assets, finances, career, things of that nature, stability. And what I love about the image in this one, in this particular deck with the King of Pentacles, you can see that he's holding the world in his hands, right? He's holding the world there. And there's these roots coming up. It's almost like, so you've got the earth and there's roots coming out of that into the universe. And so I see this, I get the message of there's been work. You've been working on yourself, or the person, if you're waiting on someone to return to your life, they've been working on themselves. You may not realize it, but they have. You've been working on yourself, at least. I mean, that's really the only thing you can do is worry about yourself. But there's balance that's coming in. You can see the spirals on each side of him. He looks content. He looks healed. The heart chakra looks healed. I mean, you've just got all the green there, the glowing, the star, and the sun behind him. But I feel like also, too, this is about closing out cycles, right? And developing new earth, developing a new life for yourself, and whatever it is. So the seeds have been planted for this to come to fruition in the physical, and it's coming very soon. It's just not quite time yet. You're still awaiting the results, right? You're wanting it to happen fast, but it's just not quite there yet. So I'm getting a couple of different messages with the current energy. The current energy is the Three of Cups, which could be a celebration of some sort. It could be a wedding. It could just be a party. It could be a get-together with friends, something just absolutely beautiful. So there's that, and it could be something that's what's brewing right now. I'm also getting a message about, again, this is a general reading. That's why a lot of different messages come through. So I know it might be all over the place, but I also just noticed the image. Wow. So you've got the Three Cups going up to the heavens. There's hummingbirds up here in all different colors. I'll show you in a minute. I'm just taking all this in. There's hummingbirds in all different colors. Every color of the chakra, every color of the chakras are here. That's crazy. I feel like when you've worked on, when I just talked about closing out cycles, right? A new earth, working on yourself, you can, I mean, you've got, let's see this too. Wow, so you guys, I've used this deck, and I don't get the Three of Cups very often, but I've never noticed this before. I mean, you've got the red root chakra, you've got the orange for sacral, solar plexus, you got green for the heart. Actually, green for the heart is there. You've got the blue throat, you've got the third eye that's purple, and then you've got this one that's sort of like a whitish one, which would represent the crown, because it's the highest one up there to the divine. So I feel like with these closing out cycles that I have been talking about in my videos, I feel like ever since I started these videos, a couple months ago, I've talked about closing out cycles and the importance of that. And I feel like closing out cycles, healing yourself, balancing your chakras. I mean, I'm like starting to shake right now. This is so weird. My legs are shaking. This is crazy. When this happens, and this is the current energy that people are starting to, I think, realize and have epiphanies as far as what they need to do to get that final closure, right? When that happens, you find wholeness within yourself. So whatever situation it is that you're looking to celebrate, I think that's going to come to fruition soon. And I think the full moon really started it. And I mean, now we're at this stage too, where we've got sort of the new moon coming up, and you can see those. This is like a moon that's not, it's an orb that's not full, and these are as well. So I feel like this new moon coming up, and I think it is in Gemini, which is the twins. I did hear that today. I didn't verify it myself, but I heard it from another reader. The new moon is in Gemini, the sign of the twins. And if you are on the twin flame or a soul connection journey, sacred partner journey, beloved, whatever you want to call it, I'm getting very strong energy about this in this reading. With the King of Pentacles, this Three of Cups is just like the images on it. You know, the Three of Cups can have some other meanings, which I'll talk about in a minute, but the celebration, the golden cups, right, represent the soul bond that the sacred partners have. They're all healed and balanced. And look at this, the three spirals in the sky, that represents union to me. Masculine, feminine, union with God, the Holy Trinity. This is just, I know I've talked about this card a lot, but I'm just absolutely blown away. For some, though, and in the stars here, it's destined, right? The stars are supporting this connection. For some, the Three of Cups could mean that someone you're dealing with is in a third party situation. They're with someone else and they're not with you. But everything I'm getting here is that that's going to get closed out. Either that's going to get closed out or with them and they return to you, or you're going to, by continuing to work on yourself, quickly shift out of this energy and, you know, create your own situation, attract someone in at your vibration. So the desire is the Queen of Swords, which again typically means somebody, you know, I've used this as my card, you know, my favorite one to cut out the bullshit card, but it can mean the truth coming out. If there's something you've been holding back, communicating to someone, be it your feelings, be it the King of Pentacles. I mean, maybe there is a job situation where you're not happy. I mean, I just did get that message that came through, where you finally you get the courage. The Chariot surges forward, and you get the courage to speak your truth, specifically to a male boss, about what's going on. If you're feeling burdened, you've got the Nine of Wands over here. That's often a card of just you're exhausted, you're fatigued, you're burdened, and you're not reaping the things that you want. You're not quite there yet. So you might be speaking your truth about that, but I'm really picking up on a love connection again. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I can't make this shit up. I just noticed this. Okay. So I did hear there was a channeled message that came through, not through me, but through someone else the other day, who was saying, if you're a twin flame and you're in the next wave of unions that are coming, they didn't say when, but if you're in the next wave, they got a channeled message strongly that you're going to see 888 frequently in the next few days, and swans. And I've not been looking for this stuff. I mean, but I 888 has been everywhere. My odometer, actually tomorrow, it's going to hit 88,888 miles. I was on a website today and I saw something with a guy, and it was like some celebrity, and they were like, so and so post with swans, and there were 2 swans. So anyway, there's 2 swans on this card. And to me, the butterfly coming out of the heart and the divine, the light coming up to the divine, that shows me it's somebody who maybe has been withholding their feelings for you, or you're the one who's been withholding your feelings for them, and that you're really wanting it to happen. You're wanting it to come out, or they're wanting to speak the truth. So, oh yeah, and then the other thing I was going to tell you guys, you'll get a kick out of this. If you guys know me, you know my sacred place is Sedona, Arizona. I go there every year now. And the place I work, we are rebranding some stores out west, and most likely that one, there might be a site out there that's going to be rebranded to Speedway, and that's what I work on for my job. And I found out today that specific site number that we use internally is 2888. You cannot make this shit up, right? Obviously 2 souls, you know, or 2 bodies, 1 soul. 888 is the infinity sign, and that's again another one that came to me today, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Whew, and I'm on fire now. Okay, so the action forward is the Hierophant, Major Arcana. This is the spiritual masculine This is the spiritual teacher. And you've got like the one bird in this one that looks like the dove. And so that to me, with the spiral and the connection to the divine, that's telling me right now the best thing you can do to move this chariot forward, the best thing you can do to move this chariot forward is to go within and work on you. No matter what it is, if it's the job situation, this advice still applies. If it's the twin flame situation, the sacred partner situation, this advice still applies. You've got to go within and absolutely let go of attachment to all external things. And I mean, and it may not be, just that specific person you're dealing with or that specific job outcome that you want. If you're, every night feeling like you need to have, several glasses of wine, or you need to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, or you get lost playing video games. Those are external things. If you're shopping online all the time, that's not, people think it's okay. I'm not sleeping around with people. I'm not dating anyone. I'm alone. I do all these things alone. But there are other external influences that could be blocking things from coming forward for you. And this is a clear message that you need to go within. And again, there's a crescent moon on one of these little rocks. I can't remember what these things are called. I know there's a special name for them. They're sacred. I know that. But yeah, you've got to go within yourself to move the chariot forward. When you do that, guess what happens? Prince of Wands, which is a page, which is its communication, and wands are fast moving. That sure looks like he's charging ahead. And there's a lion in this one. A lion and a bunch of butterflies and stars and sunflowers. So to me, let's see, Leo season is July. So that 7 with the chariot, it could be as soon as a week, but I feel like if within the next week you really start working on yourself, you can move forward so significantly. And I think something could really progress by the 7th month, which is July. And I think that would be within that would probably be within about 7 weeks as well. So I think that could be the significance of the chariot too. I mean, you've got the lion here, Leo season. You put in this work, it's going to happen fast. It's going to happen fast. And I think finding that balance and that stillness, right? That be still, that looks like the be still that I keep getting. That's going to take that 9 of Wands, that burden. Remember, so if you guys follow my Facebook page, yesterday I posted a reading with the 9 of Pentacles and Temperance, and I was getting a heavy message about be still. There was some heavy energy in there because she looked like she wanted to sink under the water, like she was about to give up on the weight of having to carry these 9 pentacles. And she's just like, I just want the 10th one. I've worked so hard. I'm almost there, but I just can't do this anymore. It's too hard. I'm just going to sink. I'm just going to go below the surface. And the message that came out in that was like, you're almost there. I remember saying you're the 10th pentacle. You just need one more. You're just so close to getting that last one. So that's what I'm getting here is if you do this work, it's going to happen fast and faster than you think it is. I really believe that. It's really strongly coming through. So like I said, 9 of Pentacles was there. The 9 of Wands is here, but it's the still point. That burden is on you, but if you just stop fighting, right? If you stop, it's almost like the rip current. That's what I'm getting is like the image of the rip current. When you're trying to fight and fight and fight, you're just going to go under. Here, like some of the 9 of Wands, they look, he's standing and he's got all this star, like it's like he's lifted up by the divine. If you just find this still point within yourself and stop fighting it, stop turning to external things, stop doubting, stop trying to force, just be still, meditate, go within. When that happens, guess what happens after that? When you do that, 10 of Pentacles is right there. The fairy tale, the happy ending, the financial abundance. It's there, and it's going to come in quick and strong in a new beginning. Ace of Wands. spark passion. If it's a career, it could give you just an exciting opportunity to use your mind. It could be, I just heard something like if you had an idea like for an invention or something that you wanted to start your own business, that opportunity might present itself as well. And the image on this card too, I mean, it revokes like just the sun, and I keep getting Leo in July, and I guess we'll see. But wow, fire signs, that's amazing. I don't even know what to say. I don't know that I need many clarifiers, because the messages were pretty clear, but let's see. I feel like I do want to give you guys some other things. Let's see. This one was the one that wanted to be here, that I've never used on camera. And the images in these cards. Okay, so this is the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. So we're going to see why this deck wanted to be here. What message do you have for fire signs for June? These cards kind of stick together. It's okay, that's interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we got TikTok first, which to me is, it's always reminded me of divine timing. Also, it kind of looks like time is running out, right? I think this is this, and it's a 330. It's a 3-0. So 3. But to me, this is kind of like evokes the image of the Chariot, right? It's kind of taken off quickly. It's time is almost shattering. Time is speeding up. I think everybody knows and is experiencing that. Time is speeding up, and the energies that are coming in, especially with this Scorpio full moon that we just had, very strong, very intense, bringing things to the surface. People are having epiphanies, realizing what they need to do to get to their destined path. And there's no more screwing around. You know, the Queen of Swords is out too. It's like, all right, I'm ready to cut this bullshit out. I'm ready to be done with this, dwelling in the 3D. I was kind of like, I'm not ready to just let go and surrender and go to the 4th dimension, but starting to realize that what you're doing right now isn't progressing you on your path. You're kind of in this middle. You're stuck between worlds. Can't go back to the other one. But if you can't go back to the other one, why aren't you taking the steps that you need to take to ascend further? And it's not, you just gotta give it to a higher power. And that's what the Hierophant's showing. I mean, it's hard to see the image in this, I think on the camera. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's just absolutely stunning. Oh my goodness. I think that's it's like this angelic being. And again, just like this one, where there's this energy going up from the crown into the divine. That's the same thing, into the light. And you can see it almost, I think it's part of her crown, but it's really hard to see. It almost looks like a key. Like the key to everything is the higher power. And the higher power is within you. It's within you. It's not with anything else. So substances aren't going to get you there. It might be a temporary high. It might help numb the pain. It might help make you feel good or have fun or whatever. But the ultimate high you can get is when you connect with this. When you connect with God and Source and you feel that love, that becomes an addiction, and it's a healthy one. And you can't wait to go back, and you can't wait to feel more and explore and clear out all the things that you need to clear out. That's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to pull a Twin Flame Shadows just to see if there are maybe some buried shadows that, what might need to be healed. What might need fire signs need to focus on subconsciously, we'll even say subconscious wounds that they might not even be aware of. There's just not going to come out. Well, y'all. Isn't that funny? Pain. I mean, we had that one come out before. I don't remember if it was fire signs or general, but pain. I mean, face your pain. That's what they're saying. Face your pain. Go inward. Face your pain. You can't numb it. You can't run from it any longer. You have to face it. And disillusioned is another one, and I think that's not believing that whatever it is that you're dreaming about, whatever you're wanting, you're believing it's illusion and it's not real. That's because you're not giving yourself up to God and higher power and believing that miracles can occur, and they will if you do these things. And then another one, I mean, this is judgmental. That could be, gossiping about people, keeps you in a low vibe energy, that you don't want to do that. Judgment can also be being blind to maybe some karma and cycles that are repeating themselves that you need to close out. So it's saying open your eyes. I'm hearing open your eyes to the patterns, and it's time to close those things out. So that's absolutely beautiful, fire signs. I've got just really strong energy, positive energy. I just feel like there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of progress, and I think you have the keys to do what you need to do. Everyone does, not just fire signs. This is really is a message, honestly, for anyone, any element, right? Anybody right now should be doing these things. It definitely won't hurt you on your path, and I'm certain it will help you. So best of luck to you all. I will see you next month.